Welcome back to Max with RP. Today we are going to be solving competency based questions in mathematics, particularly in topics polynomials and probability. So you can think of like a revision class, but competency based questions are going to be the kind of questions that are going to be asked in the board exams. We are going to do away from giving the same questions from the textbook. This is the change in NEP brought in by CBSE. Now look at this problem. You are given two polynomials, quotient of two polynomials. The question is, at how many points does the graph of the above expression intersect the x-axis? So the numerator is x square minus 2 root 3 x plus 9, minus 9 divided by x plus root 3. This can be further simplified to, on factorizing the numerator, minus 3 root 3 x plus root 3 x minus 9 by x plus root 3. I have factorized the numerator. This gives x into x minus 3 root 3 plus root 3 into x minus 3 root 3 by x plus root 3. So this can be further factorized as x plus root 3 into x minus 3 root 3 by x plus root 3. Now x plus root 3 can be cancelled out because x is not minus root 3. So it is possible to cancel. Why is given that x should not be minus root 3? Because if x were minus root 3, denominator will be 0. So it will become meaningless. Therefore, this is x minus 3 root 3. So the point where the above expression intersects the x-axis, point is x equal 3 root 3. Since it is a point on the x-axis, the y-coordinate will be 0. So we have factorized the numerator. It becomes x plus root 3 into x minus root 3. Cancelled out the common factor. We get x minus 3 root 3. So if it were equal to 0, x will be 3 root 3. So where will it intersect the x-axis? When I put y-coordinate as 0. So when I put this as 0, I get x equal to 3 root 3. Right? So 3 root 3 comma 0 is the point where the given expression, when you draw it as a graph, will intersect the x-axis. Let us read the next problem. Anand multiplied a variable with 6, subtracted 27 and added the square of the original variable. He expressed the final expression as a product of two factors. His friend Amit said the factors will always have a difference of 6. Is Amit right or wrong? So you are given a problem on factorization, but instead of giving it directly, it is connected to a real life situation and the mathematical factorization is hidden in the situation. Okay, so let us make sense of what is given. Anand multiplied a variable. So let us call the variable as x. Let the variable be x. Okay, when I multiply it with 6, it becomes 6x. When I subtract 27, I have minus 27, and added with square of the original variable, I am adding x square. So this is what I get as an expression. Multiplied a variable with 6 is 6x, subtracting 27 is minus 27, adding square of the variable is plus x square. Okay, now what is the next step? You have to express it as a product of two factors. I can write this as x square plus 9x minus 3x because minus 3 into 9 will be minus 27. This will be x into x plus 9 minus 3 into x plus 9. So you get x minus 3 into x plus 9. So the fact we have expressed the given expression as a product of two factors. What did Amit say? Will the factors have a difference of 6? So the factors are x plus 9 and x minus 3. So what will be the difference? X plus 9 minus x minus 3. X and x will get cancelled, giving you 12. So the difference between the factors is 12 and not 6. So Amit is wrong. So Amit is wrong in saying the difference between the factors is always 6. Is Amit right? No, because we have checked the difference between the factors is 12. What are the factors? X minus 3 and x plus 9. A polynomial is given by p of x equal to x cube plus 3x square minus 4x plus c. The sum of the zeros of the polynomial is 0. It's a cubic equation. It will have 3 zeros. Let the zeros be, because sum of the two zeros is 0. If one zero is alpha, another zero will be minus alpha. Third zero, let me call as beta. Okay. Why am I writing alpha and minus alpha? Because this is what is given. Sum of two zeros is 0. If alpha and gamma are two zeros, then alpha plus gamma is 0 means gamma is minus alpha. So alpha minus alpha and beta. Okay. Now what is the expression given? X cube plus 3x square minus 4x plus c. Okay. We know what is the relationship between the coefficients and the zeros. Sum of the zeros is 3. Sum of the zeros, sum equal to alpha minus alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a, which is minus 3. Therefore, beta equal to minus 3. So we have found one of the zeros, which is minus 3. Then what else do we know? Product of the roots taken two at a time. So alpha into minus alpha plus minus alpha into beta plus alpha into beta is equal to c by a, minus 4 by 1. Okay, this is plus, right? So this is minus alpha square minus alpha beta plus alpha beta equal to minus 4. Your minus alpha beta plus alpha beta gets cancelled, giving you alpha square equal to 4, alpha equal to plus or minus 2. So the zeros are 2, minus 2 and minus 3. So we have answered the first question. What is the second question? We have to find the value of c. Let us look at the product of the roots. Product is what? Minus alpha square beta is equal to the constant term by the coefficient of x cube minus c by a, which is minus c, because a is 1. This is the constant term, right? Now what is minus alpha square? Minus 4 into beta is minus 3 equal to minus c. Therefore, c equal to minus 12. So we have found the value of C. C is equal to minus 12. Is it clear? Now this is a problem in probability. Preetham is throwing a fair six-sided die with faces numbered from 1 to 6. These are the outcomes in the first four throws. So he is throwing a die. What are the possible outcomes in a die? Any number between 1 to 6. First four times he gets the number 6 as the outcome. See, first throw he gets 6, second throw he gets 6, third throw he gets 6, fourth throw he gets 6. Now he says the probability of getting a 6 in my next throw is higher than getting a different number on the die. So now he thinks next time when he throws, there is more chance of getting a number 6. Is Preetham right? Is Preetham's statement true or false? That's what we are going to discuss now. Okay. So first four times he has got 6. So next time again he is going to throw a die. So because he got 4, 6 earlier, does it mean that the probability of getting 6 next time is higher? What do you think? You must all know that when you throw a die, the probability of getting 1 to 6 is the same. Probability of getting a number 1 to 6 is the same. That is why we call it as equally likely. Each one is equally likely to occur. So the probability of 1, that is why probability of getting 1 is 1 by 6, probability of getting 2 is 1 by 6, probability of getting 3 is 1 by 6, like that probability up to 6, probability of getting 6 is also 1 by 6. Just because you got 4, 6 in the first 4 throws, this is not going to affect the probability of getting, you cannot say there is more chance of getting 6 in the next throw. It is the same as any other throw. In any other throw, whatever is the probability, it is the same. So the probability of getting 6 is also again is what? 1 by 6. So next time also it's going to be 1 by 6. So Preetham's statement is false. It will not affect the probability. Getting 4, 6 will not affect the probability. Affect the probability in the next attempt or the next throw. Is it clear? Now look at this. You are given a graph of a polynomial ax cube plus bx square plus ax plus d. Based on the graph, some questions are asked. This could be thought of as a case study. A case study means what? A situation is given. Here in this case, it's a visual one. From the visual graph, we have to make some deductions. What are the questions asked? Find the zeros of the polynomial. What will be the zeros? What are zeros? Wherever the polynomial cuts the x-axis. So, minus 1, it cuts the graph, cuts the x-axis at minus 1, 0, 0, 0 and 2, 0. So what are the zeros? Zeros are minus 1, 0 and 2. Now what is the second question? Find the polynomial. So when you know the zeros, the factors will be x plus 1, x minus 0, which is x, into x minus 2. So the polynomial is x plus 1 into x minus 2, because these are the three factors. Okay, this is further x square plus x into x minus 2, which is x cube, plus x square minus 2x square will give you minus x square, then minus 2x. So this is the polynomial. What are the values of a, b, c and d? We have given that this polynomial is of the form ax cube plus bx square, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. So what is a? Coefficient of x cube. So a is 1. What is b? The coefficient of x square, which is minus 1. What is c? The coefficient of x, which is minus 2. Right? What is d? 0, because there is no constant term. So these are the values of a, b, c, d. Now find the quadratic polynomial. Next question. So this we have done by comparing it with the given equation. Now find the quadratic polynomial, fourth one, x square plus px plus q, where what is given? Whose sum of the zeros is what? Sum of zeros is minus p. Whose sum of the zeros is equal to the coefficient d. Coefficient d is 0. So minus p is 0. So p equal to 0. Now what else is given? The coefficient and the product of the zeros is minus 1 by 16. What is the product of the zeros? Product of the zeros will be equal to what? Q. C by A. So Q by 1. Now this is given to be what? Minus 1 by 16. Minus 1 by 16. So what is the polynomial? X square, p is 0, is the required polynomial. Is the required quadratic polynomial. Find the quadratic polynomial. We have found p and we have found q. Because they have given sum of the zeros is equal to the coefficient d. D is 0. So sum of the zeros is minus p. So minus p is 0 means p is 0. Product of the zeros is minus 1 by 16. Product of the zeros is c by a, q by 1. Q is minus 1 by 16. Substituting back for p and q here, you get x square minus 1 by 16 is the required quadratic polynomial. So this is given. I think they have asked only to find the zeros for this question. What are the zeros? Question is missing. Find the zeros. So zeros you have to see where all it cuts the x-axis. Minus 3, minus 2, 0 and 1. Minus 3, minus 2, 0 and 1. What are the factors? X plus 3 into x plus 2 into x minus 1 will be the f of x. These are the zeros. Zeros are the points where the graph cuts the x-axis. Now this is a problem in probability. Sahiba conducted a survey in a school for 150 students of class 10. So number of students of class 10 is 150. She asked the students two multiple choice questions, which were, what time do you go to sleep at night and what is your favorite subject? So she recorded her, whatever she talked to 150 people and she recorded her the answers. Each student could choose only one option from the choice given. So they have to choose one favorite subject and they have to talk about the sleep schedule. These are the different schedules that they were given and these are the subjects. From this they have to choose their favorite subject. Okay. Now we will ask the questions. So what is the, suppose I ask you the questions. The first question, if a student is randomly selected, if a student is selected, what is the probability that they sleep after 11 p.m. and their favorite subject is not social science. So we have to find the probability or the number of students who sleep after 11 p.m. When we talk about 11 p.m., what is this? That means this row, last row, right? And not social science. So you have to delete this. So that means we have to take only these three, right? So last row includes all students who sleep after 11 p.m. because the question says if a student is selected, what is the probability that he sleeps after 11 p.m.? So number of probability will be, number of students are how many? 7 plus 8 plus 10. And the source, one more thing is given, that their favorite subject is not social science. So it can only be English, Maths and Science and after 11 p.m. So 7 plus 8 plus 10 out of 150. 7 plus 8 is 15 plus 10, 25 out of 150, which is 1 by 6. Now if a student is selected, what is the probability they go to sleep after 10 p.m.? What is the probability a student is selected? What is the probability he will go to sleep after 10? So after 10 means it should also include after 11. Okay, they have not specified any subject. That means I can include the last two rows. So 10 plus 12 plus 13 plus 13 plus 7 plus 8 plus 10 plus 8. 22, 25, 35, 38, 48, 55, 63, 73, 81 out of 150. 22, 35, 38, 48, 55, 63, 73, 73 plus 8, 81 out of 150 is the required probability. This is the number of students. Now, if a student is randomly selected, what is the probability that their favorite subject is English? A student is randomly selected. What is the probability this is selected? What is the probability the favorite subject is English? If the favorite subject is English, then we are looking at this column. How many students are there? 15, 25, 25 plus 7, 32. So 32 out of 150. These are the number of students who like English. 5 plus 25 plus 7, which is 32. If a student is randomly selected, what is the probability that they go to sleep before 10 p.m. and their favorite subject is either science or social science? Either science or social science. Okay, now if they go before 10 p.m., before 10 p.m. means what? First two columns, right? Before 10 p.m. means what? I'll rub all this so it doesn't confuse you. Okay, They sleep before 10 p.m. Student is randomly selected. What is the probability they go to sleep before 10 p.m.? Before 10 p.m. means these two rows. Okay. And their favorite subject is either science or social science. So science or social science, only these two columns. So this will be 7 plus 8 plus 11 plus 9. Okay. Divided by 150. So what is given? You should ensure that the child sleeps, the student sleep before 10 p.m. So the last two rows are not included. And the favorite subject is science or social science. So only that you have to include. So 8 plus 7, 15. 15 plus 11, 26, 35. 20, 28, 35. So 35 out of 150 is the probability. So what is important here is when you are given data, how to interpret the data, how to use the given data to solve the required problems. So the data is in this case it's given in the form of a tabular column, right? So it's a recording of a survey done by a person called Sahiba on two parameters. One based on sleep schedule, the other based on favorite subject. So you should know how to interpret this data. Like for suppose I ask you how many people like a student is selected. How many people like mathematics? How many like maths as a favorite subject? Then you should know that you have to look at all this. Whatever be this time they go to sleep, let us find out what is a student who is picked at random chooses maths as a random. As a favorite subject. So this is 24, 24, 31, 39. So it is 39 out of 150. So I have to look at this column. 24, 24, 32 plus 7, 39. 39 out of 150. So I hope you found this session useful. We were looking at questions which are not typical questions asked in the NCERT textbook, but the concepts are the same, and this is how you have to train yourself to solve unfamiliar problems so that you can do well in the board exam. So if you find this session useful, please share it with your friends. Please practice a lot of such problems, and then you will become very, very strong in mathematics. Until we meet next time, it's goodbye.